What's going on, everybody? Banger T here. Living life on a scooter, riding a lot in every day. It's been a good minute since I put a video out, and there's a reason for that. That reasoning is this: the Emove touring. If any of you have watched my page, you know what I think about the Unagi. I'm a pretty big fan of the Unagi. It definitely has its fallbacks, but it depends on what your thoughts on it and using it are. But this video today is a little different. I gotta say, if it were me, I don't know that I would buy an Emove touring again. I don't know what the cruiser's like. It may be just that much better. I'm going to start off by saying, first off, both companies, Emove and Unagi, their customer service is crap. So if you're buying the product based on any kind of review saying that their customer service is good service, wrong answer. Plan on dealing with that. Unfortunately, it kind of looks like with nowadays technology and AI and emails and all that, it's almost impossible to talk to a person. So that's just one thing I'm going to have to just learn how to get over, I think. But nonetheless, I ordered the Emove touring, and when I received my first touring, it just straight wasn't put together right. It was missing the gold clip that goes right here in the handlebar. There's a little push pin to allow you to lower and raise the stem. It was all securely tightened down as the instructions told me to do, and for some reason or another, this screw down here, right here, decided to pop loose, and I lost the entire front tire because the whole front axle came out. The fender in the back on the first one just snapped right off, and the locking mechanism for here, even after doing the adjustments for the screws and the rubber, did not hold either, and that just dropped. And that was at 16 miles that all that happened. Now Emove informed me that since I've gone over 10 miles, I have to go through this whole process of warranty and whatnot. Well, if I get my lighter to work, or yeah, if I get my cigarettes to work, it basically took. We made the purchase, and then I received this one back here. I'd say it was a good 3.5, 4 weeks before I got a functional scooter, which I was kind of happy with. You know, I mean, I gotta say, the fenders are crap. They're pointless. They're plastic. They're gonna snap on you. I don't care what you do. I don't care how you ride it. At some point, I don't care if you tighten these screws down or not, they're gonna break off. So just plan on replacing the fenders for sure at some point if you end up getting into one of these. But I ended up in an accident yesterday. Car came down the road. I was doing actually 30 miles an hour on this thing. I weigh 160. As far as I can tell, most videos people are doing are closer to 180s to 220s. So that may be why I'm getting 30 miles an hour out of it today. Even with the test on my GPS, it worked. And I was at 30 miles an hour, so I was happy with that. The suspension. You got three-way suspension up here. I'm not gonna flip this scooter over because, quite honestly, I'm tired and it just got in this accident. But there is a dual suspension as well behind the plate in the back. So going from the Unagi with absolutely zero suspension, none whatsoever, any bump, grind, whatever you hit, you feel, to this was insane. So the Unagi maxed out at 20 miles an hour. This one is maxing out at 30 miles an hour. This one is going closer to 25 to 30 miles. The Unagi maxed out at at 20 miles an hour, 9 miles. I work 4.5 miles away from work. I get back home running it in top speed, unlocked hyperspeed at 20 miles an hour, and I'm sitting at 1 bar when I get home at almost dead on 9 miles. So I know that I'm gonna get, if I run this thing at top speed, hardcore, I'm getting 9 miles. Not great, but here, okay. The reason that I'm back to the Unagi is after I got in this little wreck, which I did get I bought the 3-year warranty. I'm talking to them about it. I don't know that anything's going to happen. Regardless of the point, I'm going to have to fix this scooter, no matter how it works, because I've already paid for it. It's mine. I'm not getting rid of it. We're going to fix it. We're going to figure out what's wrong with it. But I'll tell you right now, the wreck that I had, okay, you can see on here, and I don't know how well you can see it, but the whole bar is just bent, okay. It's supposed to be able to go up and down, and it's not because of the accident. The whole side over here, which is a separate component, as you can see the scratches and stuff all the way down, is bent up as well. And like I said, it's a separate component than the actual handlebar stems, which is not allowing me to lower it. It also has had a small issue of staying aligned properly, to where, if you see here, my steering wheel's straight, but then you come up and my handlebars are facing the whole wrong direction. And I'm having trouble getting that tightened up. This little plug and play piece here, which is for the brake, I will say, has come off several times. Reason for that is because of this. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Because of that, which everybody talks about is so cool, and I'll be honest with you, not digging it. I'd almost rather them just stay up, because that's just one more thing that you have to worry about, because now there's a little screw inside of here, which I don't think you can get a view on it, that has to be adjusted in order to keep this from popping in and out too far, to keep that from happening and that from happening. The brake from the accident was totally snapped off. This was your brake here. That totally snapped off. And I don't know if the suspension was hurt because this whole setup here being hurt. I don't know if the suspension was hurt, if it's what. All I know is that if I try to go one way, the scooter's not working with me because the wheels and the handlebars are not all matching up. So I know I'm going to need this new piece. I know I'm going to need this new piece. I don't know if the suspension is needing to be worked on. Or if that got bent as well. I'm just not that smart, maybe. So the suspensions may have to be replaced. Hell, the axle may need to be replaced. I don't know if that even got bent. I don't know, but I've been in the exact same kind of wreck. Now I'm gonna stop this for 1 second and express to you how I became Banger T. I rode a Harley Davidson motorcycle for 5 years. Harley Sportster 1200. Not a huge bike. Very sufficient though. I loved it. It was my bike. Rode it for 5 years. Never one time touched the ground. Never laid it down. Been on a scooter for maybe a year, I guess. Probably a total of 1,100, 1,200 miles, give or take some change. Maybe a little bit more. Between all the scooters. And have had have had 5 wrecks now. Have broken a rib, road rash galore. That was just stupidity of not wearing my gloves when I ride, as I say. But I've been in the same kind of wreck with the Unagi twice. And I'm going to tell you something. The Unagi, and you can see a little damage here. And you can see damage, down the side. And if you look at my very, very first video I ever put up reviewing the first Unagi I got, you'll see a little more explanation. But I got in the wreck, and I'm gonna be real honest with you. I picked the scooter up and went home on it. It just goes. No, it doesn't have suspension. It's bumpy as can be. The tires, bonus, totally impenetrable. Negative, no suspension. Supposed to be honeycomb tires to help you out a little bit. But here's the thing. I've got this really cool Emove touring scooter that I've been so excited about. The first one totally was just not built right. The second one I got in a wreck in, and now is basically destroyed. I'm gonna have to rebuild it. Maybe that's extreme to say it that way, but I'm definitely have to do some work on it before I can ride it again. And now I am back to my first love, the Unagi. You know why? Because I know that the Unagi, no matter what I put it through, no matter how much chaos it takes, it just goes. May not be comfortable, may not be fast, may not go that far, but it just goes. If it were me and I had to pick between these two scooters right now, and this one was working absolutely perfect, I almost got to say I would take the Unagi, because I know that if I get up in the morning, I'm not going to miss work or be late to work, because the Unagi is just going to go. It's just going to get me there. The touring, which I was really wanting to be in love with, because it's pretty, it's beautiful, it's supposed to have more power to it. But here's the differences, man. Look, you got to see what my least favorite part about the touring is. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 more. There's more. There's more. There's more. There's some more there. Some more down there. Another one on the side there. Hell, 4 more around here. 2 more in the center. 4 on the bottom. Now there's a point for those. I think you can just take those out. But then you got these all down through the side here. There's 3 of those. All these in the back. Kickstand. 2 more attaching the kickstand. And screws all around the fender, of course. Then you got your brake lines and your brakes. More screws, more adjustments. It's a drum brake situation. It says it's real simple to adjust, which is true, but who cares? Why do I want to have to stop and adjust it? The Unagi. All one basically solid piece, except for those 2 and those 2. This scooter, the Emove Touring, almost makes me nervous that there's so many bolts and screws and clamps that have to be checked and adjusted non-stop. And if maybe you're wanting a hyper kind of scooter, or hell, this isn't even a hyper scooter, this is still a step down from the cruiser. I mean, I'm not even moved up to the cruiser yet, which was my next plan. I don't know that I'm going to. Now, to the Unagi, look at the wires on this. Okay, the whole thing is supposed to have a water resistance rating of like 5.4 or something, which is really cool. Okay, you got wires everywhere. Wires going down on the Unagi. They come down the pole, out the pole, back into the scooter, and that's it. The simplicity of it, to me, is enough to say I will take the Unagi over the Emove. Now you hear a lot of people complaining about Unagi, and don't misunderstand me. I'm not sitting here promoting Unagi. Okay, I'm just doing this because to me, the Unagi has been like that old 1990 Honda Civic that you knew was just gonna always go. Wasn't glorified, it wasn't nice, manual transmission, heck, I don't even know if it had AC, but you knew it was gonna go. Didn't go very fast, didn't go very far, but it went. So there's your Unagi. Then you got the Emove Touring. Now we're upgraded to the 2024 Honda Accord. We went from a 1990 Civic to a 2024 Honda Accord. And I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with all the screws and the adjustments and the maintenance and all that. And I guess maybe you're going to have to do that with any scooter. I understand that, and that's fine. But I would think that the scooter would withstand an accident, one accident. And you know, it's not like I was doing, 100 miles an hour down the road here. I was doing 25 down a 25 mile an hour road. Car flies up past me, yelling at me, telling me I shouldn't be on the road. Scared the shit out of me, quite honestly, and I, ended up diving off to the side. Fortunately, I always wear my helmet, and I'll always say that, man. Always wear your helmet. Trust me on this. It is a bad idea to ride a scooter without a helmet. Scooters are not safe. They are not safe. But I gotta say, if I were to take right now today, if somebody were to come to me and say, "Do you want this one or that one?" I would take the Unagi, but the biggest thing you got to consider is what you're using it for. Me, I'm using it just strictly for a bit of transportation. Everything I have, everything I do, everything I know is within 10 miles of my house. If not that close. I don't even know if it's that close, or if not that far. It may be closer. The longest trip I have, I go 4.5 miles to work, and then I go 4.5 miles home, without having to recharge it. And that's in top speed, third gear, dual mode, hyperspeed opened up. That's everything. Now, where Unagi's coming up with 25 miles, not real sure about that. I may test that today. I may try to run this thing out on second gear, which is going to be hard to do because, quite honestly, second gear is boring. Okay, it's 12 miles an hour. You're just putting along. But does it save the battery enough to get you that much more distance? Nonetheless, folks, I got to be honest, I was so excited about this new Emove touring. It was supposed to be a big upgrade for me, and it has been nothing but failure. The only thing I can tell you about the Unagi is it is very simple. There is no suspension. You're not going to go over 20 miles an hour. You're not going to go farther than 15 miles an hour. I'm assuming if you put it in gear 2, if you go 15 miles an hour, it's obviously considerably smaller. But it's gonna go. This thing has outlasted my body. The quality of the product itself is keeping me with Unagi. Their customer service, I almost just said, screw you all, I'm done with you, I'm out. I ain't got nothing else to do with you. But when I woke up and I said, well, I guess I could just jump on the Unagi, it made me realize, you know what? This scooter will do it for me. So, man, I don't know. Make sure y'all do your research. If you're going to get the Unagi, use their access program. It's great. You get. I've had 2 Unagi programs right now. I've had 2 Unagis right now. The first one was the blue, and it's actually the very very first YouTube video I did. Take a look at it. You look on the page. You can see what I did on it. After I want to say it was like 950, right at 1,000 miles, give or take some change. The tires started kind of balding out a little bit. One of my fenders snapped off. I hit a side curb. I called Unagi. I said, hey, this is what's going on. They said, cool, don't sweat it. They sent me a scooter, and said, just put the old one in the box we send it to you in and send it back. So no payment, no shipping fees. All I had to do was swap the 2 scooters out. They sent me a brand new one, and it was working fine. This one here, once I pull some more miles off of it and I really feel like I should take advantage of it, I'll probably do the same thing. I could do it now, I guess, if I wanted to, but I don't need to. I like it. It goes, and I'm just going to hold on to it at least for a minute. But Emove, when I had to return the first scooter, okay, well, it's got to be returned to us. It has to be inspected by our people, which took over a total of about a week before it actually got there, got inspected. Then they tried to tell me that I didn't have an axle for my front tire. I said, well, no shit, it fell out. It came out because it wasn't built right. I was missing the lock pin. The thing wasn't folding down. All this happened within 10 to 16 miles. If this is something that happened within like 100 miles or so, okay, I'll give it to you maybe. But not within 10 miles, not within 16 miles. That kind of stuff shouldn't be happening. So anyway, man, just make sure you do your research. The YouTube makes Emove Touring and Emove Cruiser look like they are gold. YouTube also makes Unagi. So. Depends on what you're using it for. If you're wanting to jump on a scooter, hit 60 miles an hour for 60 miles, you're not going to do it on an Unagi. It's never going to happen. You don't even look at the Unagi. If you need the Unagi to get you to work and get you home, or get you up to Aldi's, and so you can go grocery shopping, because you can just fold the darn thing up and throw it on your body, throw it in the basket. Or just get to the doctor's office, or just get to maybe you just want to go on a fun ride downtown that's less than 10 or 15 miles, whatever. And you're not doing any off-roading or anything. This is the one. I gotta say, right now, and like I said, I'm still the whole wreck thing just happened yesterday, so either way, we're fixing it. We're looking at probably at least. This piece here alone is $290. This is up there again, I believe, around 100 or so. But then, do I need to replace the clamp? Do I need to replace? I know I'm going to need a whole new braking system up here, and I don't know if there's anything wrong down here now. So I'm going to go through that process and make this thing work. And then we'll do some more reviews on it once we get it going. But for now, I gotta be honest. We're back to good old faithful. And I'm not sad. I'm not sad. The Unagi does what I need it to do. It always has. And if I can get this point across to Unagi, if this could reach Unagi somehow or another, man, just give me a little more distance is all I need. Just a little more distance and just a little more speed. Put me from 25, put me to from 20 to 25 to 30, and get me 20 miles at 20 miles an hour, and you got me for life. That's what I need. Man, some suspension would be nice to it. But don't complain about a scooter that what you're getting it for is based on looking at reviews on a Wolf King GT or a Wolf Warrior or a Ducati or a Apollo or whatever, and then jump on the Unagi and have an expectation of the same things. It's not gonna happen. The Unagi is very simple. It's very easy. You don't do anything to it. When you have a problem, especially with the all access, you know, I paid $86 a month for it. And I opted to get the brand new one. You know, there was a $10 charge for that. But we're gonna go for a ride here in a little bit. And I want to see if I can make this Unagi do 25 miles. We'll see what happens. Folks, that's what I'm looking at right now. I don't even know if this is a good video or not. If you like this, if you have questions, hit the subscribe button. Question me, answer me. Tell me what I said wrong. Tell me what I said right. Hit the like button. Give me some subscriptions. I'm going to try to start getting some more videos out now that I got this Emove. I was going to try to ride it around a little bit before I did a good review on it. But unfortunately, it has just failed on me epically. So, anyway, we may take a little bit of a ride today with the Unagi again. Just because I want to check something out. And I'll explain that to you as we go on the ride. So, anyway, folks, I'm Banger T. I'm out for now. Just make sure you're doing your research. Make sure you know what you're getting your scooter for, what your purpose is, and the scooter that you are buying will meet your purpose. And then don't be upset if it doesn't meet your purpose because you didn't do enough research. So anyway, hit subscribe, hit like, give me a comment, and tell me I'm an idiot if you want to. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't even be on a scooter if I've already had 5 wrecks on the darn things. Anyway, just get back to me at some point. Folks, I'm Banger T. I'm out. Y'all have a great day. We'll see y'all later.